Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, first of all, let's pray and thanks unto our God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attend together in this blessing, good condition and happy situation. Secondly, may peace and salutation always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the last messenger of God, who has guided from the darkness to the brightness, from the stupidity to the cleverness. Alright, everyone, my name is Yusra handesca. In this occasion, I would like to present my presentation by the title Improving the English Ability of Boarding Student with Collaborative Learning Method. All right, everyone, next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, the education industry has been impacted by COVID-19 pandemic, which has lasted more than a year. The current implementation of distance learning has not proven to be an ideal option. According to Nadim, the risk of learning loss owing the less than optimal distance learning threaten the Indonesian nation's future. According to the number of studies, it is feared that the children will be suffer long-term consequences. According to Johnny Plate, limiting face-to-face learning is an effort to protect Indonesian students from the detrimental effect of long-distance learning. The method used in the process implementation and training in speaking English is descriptive quantitative by applying brainstorming techniques, group discussion, explanation, and speaking practice. The purpose of the research is to build the English language learning that makes it easier for students and the public to know how to write and read English well, as well as increase student and community interest in learning English. Next slide, please. So the purpose of this study was to determine whether the use of collaborative learning can improve the ability of Islamic boarding school students in English, especially reading comprehension skills and or not, and whether these techniques can improve student cooperation. The result of this study are expected to improve the teaching quality of the teaching staff in their environment, and it is hoped that by holding training to improve the quality of teaching, teachers can recognize and be able to use up to date teaching method and not only use old methods such as textbook. This material is presented to highlight some theories functioning as a basic of the research. It covers about central language improvement and Islamic boarding school. So Islamic boarding school, the modern era is the result of the word evaluation, fundamental change in social cultural frameworks frequently impact a number of institutions. As a result, blame for the needs for modernization, especially in Islamic boarding school system. As a result, in order to survive, the Islamic boarding school education system must constantly remodel its curriculum. A boarding school, according to Arifin, is an Islamic education institution that is grown and accepted by the community. Students get religious education through recitation or madrasah system, which is totally under the guidance of one or more teacher. The dominatory system student is a social phenomenon that refers to community or group of individuals that are to Islam's teachings. The second category is about students, which refer to people who study Islam with a teacher or resident hostel. As time goes on, the term Islamic education has an extended to include boarding school. So the last is about central language improvement. Previous slide, please. Before the last. Yeah. So the last curriculum of a modern Islamic boarding school is managed and supervised by Central Language Improvement. Central Language Improvement's responsibilities include creating English language material and distributing them to the dorm. The literature provided by Central Language Improvement is distributed to students by the dormitory staff. If there is a problem, Central Language Improvement monitor their activities. Vocabulary are learned one word at the time after praying subuh on daily basis. And the instructor is the language leader in the rayon. There is no tolerance if the language is not used in all of the boarding school. Students who break the language rule face several consequences. However, fresh students are tolerated in the first half of semester. All right, I think that's all from my presentation. I'll give it back to the moderator. Thank you so much.